Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is NightwingDrums, and I am here to show you the beauty of a brand new series that I've labeled Philosophical Sundays. Now, I know you're gonna be confused, like, what is philosophy, first of all, because, you half of you are probably not even teenage. Some of you probably aren't even teenagers yet. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't really know your ages. If you want to tell me that, put it in the comments. I really don't care. But I am showing you some Black Ops 1 gameplay in the back of this because it is one of my favorite Call of Duties, not in the sense that it had the best gameplay or the best connection or the best guns or anything, but this was my first Call of Duty. This is the first Call of Duty that I played. It is the first Call of Duty that I, NightwingDrums, owned and was able to play, and it was amazing for me. And for philosophical Sundays, which is what I'm doing right now, it's pretty much like the first actual gonna be like regular series on my channel. Is this first episode we're gonna talk about philosophy that I personally think about sometimes, and it's that even if you personally are the best at something, that doesn't mean you can't do bad at it. Like, you can be the top-notch, like, let's use Call of Duty because that's what it's happening. You could be, like, top-notch competitive Call of Duty player out there on the best pro team ever. But you're gonna have a bad game. Like, no one's flawless at anything. Like, you're good, but you're not flawless. Like, flawless doesn't exist, okay? Like, you as a person are gonna make mistakes, and that's fine for everybody. But that doesn't mean you're not good at it. Like, you're still very good at what you do. It's just you make mistakes, just like every other human being on this planet. And I personally have one really good example of this from when I was a little boy. Like, probably I was old enough to be in school, but not old enough to, like, I was still very, very young, is what I'm going to say. And this was when I used to play Mario Kart with my father and sometimes some friends, but mostly my father back then. And we played Mario Kart a lot. It's what we really did together. It was like our father-son bonding thing back then, and that was like our favorite game to play before like games like this came out, like COD. And so yeah, we used to play Mario Kart together, and it's like my dad used. So we played Mario Kart a lot, right? And we played it so much that my dad actually claimed a map as his. Like, it was Coconut Mall. Coconut Mall, he said, was his map. He could not be defeated at Coconut Mall. And for a long time, that was true. I could not beat him at that map. Like, it was just, if that map came up, we took turns picking maps. And if he picked that map, I knew it was an auto loss on my win-loss, basically. And like, one day, it was just one day, it was late at night, my mom said it was last game because she comes in and she tells me that I have to go to bed after this game. And oh, if you're curious, I'm turning up the volume right now. You guys still aren't going to be able to hear it. It was just a personal preference thing while I was playing. But it was the last game before I had to go to bed, says my mom. And we play, and it was the last game is Coconut Mall, so I was like, alright, I'm going to lose, but I might as well try, right? So I apparently this was a really good day for me, or a really bad day for my dad, because I beat my dad at Coconut Mall for the first time, and I don't know how long it was at that point, and I was just astonished. And when the race was over, my mom said, alright, you gotta go to bed. But I get up, right, and my dad sits me back down, and he says, he looks at my mom, and he goes, I have to beat your son at Coconut Mall. Like, I have to beat your son at this race. So we did it again, and I won, and again, and I won, and again, and I won. And it went like that for a little while. I'm not exactly sure how long. But it was the most amazing thing for me because I never, or not never, but I was rarely able to beat my dad at that map, and I just did it consecutively at least 4 or 5 times in a row. And this was just amazing to me. And like after that day, I could never beat him at it again. Like it went back to normal. I don't know what happened that day. It could be my dad was having a bad day, like a bad day in general, or he had like a stressful day at work, or things just weren't going for him that day. Or maybe I was just having an extremely lucky day and he wasn't. Maybe I was just having like one of the best days of my a good day for me when I was that age, I guess. Um I don't know. It was one of those things, and it's the same thing with everything that you do. Like another reason I forgot to mention the reason I put this gameplay in the back. You're probably watching it and you're like, "Oh my god, why is he showing us this gameplay? It's terrible." Well, the reason I'm doing it is I end up switching to a second class setup in this game, and I this class setup right here and that class setup are my two probably favorite class setups in Black Ops 1, and I do absolutely terrible this game. So I'm using this gameplay just to show my just to go with the theme sort of. And I don't know why I did this bad. Normally I do very good with these guns. It could have been I was having a bad day, the guys on the other team are having a good day. Could be like internet like lag, like earlier I walked into fire that wasn't there from a napalm strike. But I don't know. It I was just having a bad day, or they were having a good day. Maybe I was stressed. I mean, this was during the summer that I got this gameplay. I've had it stored up for a while. So I didn't have school, so I don't know what I was stressed about, but I must have been stressed about something because it shows in this gameplay. Like, we'll see my numbers at the end. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but it's not my normal up to caliber playing with this class setup or the other class setup I'm going to use. It was just subpar for me. And when my dad played Coconut Mall that day, it was subpar for him. And whatever you're good at and do really bad at, that doesn't mean you're bad at it. That just means you're having a subpar day. Just a subpar day. Just not normal for you. And that's completely human of you. You shouldn't try to act not human. You shouldn't try to act something that you're not. Everybody is human. That is human. And you need to accept that. You can't just think that you're going to be perfect at anything. Do you think Olympic athletes at whatever sport that they compete in, snowboarding, running, gymnastics, anything, do you think that they expect to win every single time? I mean, I know they want to win every single time, and I know they try their hardest to win every single time. But do you think they honestly expect to win every single time when they're competing against people who are just as good, if not better than them? And I don't know how I didn't see that guy. I looked right at him anyway. Back to my point. It's just, you can't expect to be perfect at anything, and a lot of people do. Like, I'm not excluding myself from this. I think I'm very good at a lot of things, but I just have to accept that I'm not perfect at a lot of things. Like, I got very lucky that that guy didn't see me. Maybe I was having, maybe this is where my good luck starts to turn around. I don't know, but maybe that guy was just bad. Maybe I was just bad. I don't know. Maybe this is opening a doorway for me to do worse. Let me stop. I am normally very good at this game, but just not today. I That's really all I want to talk about this topic. Like, I got out my story, I got out some factors about what could go into stuff like this, and I'm kind of happy that I was able to talk about this because I've talked about that day with my dad, and he's never had an explanation for it. But it must be one of those. Either I was having a good day, he was having a bad day, or Mario Kart loved me that day. I don't know. So if you guys have any ideas for Philosophical Sundays in the future, send me, or not send me, leave a comment, and I'll try to get back to you about whether or not that's a good idea for me or not. And also leave a comment telling me some constructive criticism if you feel like it. Tell me something I did wrong, something you want me to fix, and I'll try and get it fixed for the next episode. Guys, thank you for watching. My name has been NightwingDrums, and I am stoked to be back on YouTube. Goodbye.